You're welcome back. This is the Citiuation Room on Citi TV. Let's see how the week has started. So let's just mop up a few things. I mean, before we go on the campaign trail, we are 30 plus years in a democracy. And yet, a simple issue of registration is becoming violent, and it happens every year. Is it a case that the democracy now we don't understand, or I don't know? It makes no sense that we'll be seeing violent clashes at registration centers. If you have a difficulty with someone who is coming to register, the law and the practice says challenge the person not physically, but through paperwork. Let the person be told that this person is challenging you. Go to a committee, go and prove that the person is not a citizen or is mad or is not 18 years. How difficult is this?
That process is a long one. It's a long one for the politician.
So you want to do Jinahoji?
It's a long process for the politician who wants this to be done instantly for him or her as far as the candidature is concerned. If the person is a parliamentary candidate, and I've always told you that the voter register is like the albums the political party use for the internal elections. If you don't get your members or your supporters in there, the chances of you not winning that particular election is very high. So you do your best to get your people in there. It's the same with the registration. The more reason why politicians will bus people to a particular constituency, a particular polling center, just to get them registered, because in his or her view, these are my people. They will vote for me come election day. It's what we are seeing with the violence now. Now, people want to challenge. The process you mentioned is the best way to go, but it's a long process. After the make fill form, lodge complaint, do this. It will take like a month or two. By the time the matter is resolved, registration is over. So this whole registration is like, I think 3 weeks, we are done.
Yeah.
And
yeah, but even if the registration is over, at least you get the person off the register. So why do you stop them physically when you can still stop them through the due process in a month? It is
better they stop you at the source than let a person register and go through the process before later on the person's name is taken out of register. No, that can't be done. They would rather prefer the instant justice.
So it means they don't trust that the
it's
name
mistrust.
That your name will be removed.
It's complete mistrust.
Because they even
among
targeted
the political parties, among the electoral commission, no one trusts each other.
Look at what happened to the MPP Director of Communications, Richard.
Anyagba, yes.
In the Ketu South,
for instance.
Look at what they did to him. And he too, I don't know, but his explanation I have seen it.
And you expect that this is a known person.
Yeah.
Nationally, he's known for the politics of the country. He speaks for the MPP. You expect that when he walks into a polling center or a registration center, the process will be smooth for him.
Yeah.
But look at what happened to him. Even a known person like him.
Yes. But the explanation he too has given, no, the explanation, I've read it.
It belongs explanation.
Because, Charlie, you should have found a way of doing it. Because if you voted last 4 years, why are you here? That's a simple question. Now, whatever explanation you will give, but again, they didn't have to. They were jojoing him. That's how they say it in G. I thought they could have found it in a better way.
Well, it's a way of preventing him from registering. And it happened in the voter region.
Yeah, so it was
Richard is the MPP, Director of Community Party.
It's a big deal.
So you expect violent reaction as we saw in the viral video. And I wasn't surprised when I saw it. Obviously, we're going to jojo him because he's in the enemy territory, sort of. So
and then
you expect this to happen.
Another person who is always in trouble during elections, he's just like Edwin Neal and Tevan Dapo. Every time there's election, Collins Dowda is in trouble. I mean, I don't get it. I like Collins Dowda. It's Utifi South. He was in his constituency. They went to catch him. They said your car was moving around the constituency where the trouble happened. I found that a bit disturbing too. Now the party is saying that it's not true. The allegations being made against him is not true. But the police issued a statement. They said they've arrested him. Yeah. Now, if it is true that he was not there, then the police may have to give us a little more explanation beyond his car being seen there. And the explanation the party has given is that, listen, there are people who buy cars for the political party. Or during election period, they brand their vehicles and give them out. So they may send vehicles to various constituencies to go and do campaigns. The fact that you've seen their vehicle with their logo on it or doesn't mean that it is, or their registration number does not mean. So I think that also has to be explained. And then the Electoral Commission itself too. I mean, they are looking for you already. Your matter is not sweet. In 2020, one of the biggest challenges is that you declared 5 different results. Come and do registration details. You said every day you give us. Yeah. Then you come and release the thing. Then today you write 7 meals, 3 chickens. What is that? If they don't know how to do infographics, they should come to Caleb Ahiataku of the Citi New Media team. He will teach them. I find that disturbing that a whole organization like EC, you would issue an artwork which says that this is the pie chart, men, women,
this number of people,
and yet you can. There's something in a pie chart or in a graphic called key. The key fails you, and then you are walking around. You come and do rectification and all of that. It's all right. You can rectify it, but the credibility issues. The party that is in opposition has always been suspected.
Has always suspected you.
They said that always, when it comes to mathematics, you don't know calculation. Always. You are like me.
And the more than like you give room for them to criticize you, the more.
And you are not under any obligation to publish at the time you did.
No.
You should have checked, cross-checked, double-checked, triple-checked. Make sure that everybody checks. If mathematics is not your forte, let someone who knows it do it. Because I didn't think that they should be going through that embarrassing moment at this time of the day, not after everything that you have gone through.
Especially coming in the back of NDC's allegation of BVR machines and what have you, and then this one comes.
So it's good you mentioned the BVR. You know. Another thing, BVR. So NDC said, give us serial number.
Yeah.
They said they won't give you. The serial number is top secret. We say you. Not knowing the secret that they claim is written at the back of the machine. So, and Mosquito calls his people and said, take photo of every BVR. So now they've taken it and they're sharing on social media. So the serial numbers
that you are hiding,
that the EC says was top security matter, that will not be shared.
It's all over the place.
Now it is all over the place. Facebook. Now I can mention 7,000 serial numbers.
I am excited how NDC is vigilant in this whole election process.
But we don't even need to get there. I don't think we should get there.
Yeah, but I feel that the NDC's sort of mistrust for the EC is edging them on to, you know, dig further, look at all the loopholes within this whole electoral setup. If you hadn't been the NDC, we didn't know that EC has some BVR machine which were missing.
It's true.
We didn't know. We didn't know. Had it not been the NDC, we didn't know such a thing was happening. Had it not been the NDC, we didn't know they had auctioned those machines.
Yeah.
It has to take the NDC to let us know
force that information out.
Something like this is happening. Yeah. So for me, I'm excited NDC is bringing all this issue up. It tells you how vigilant they are, how wide they are as far as this whole election is concerned, to ensure that the EC, one way or the other, does not, in quote, aid whichever political party that wants to win the December election.
So, I mean, when was the last time you went to the Electoral Commission head office? I mean the old one, not the new one. We'll talk about it.
The old one.
Or when did you drive past?
Drive past, that was yesterday.
You know there's an armored car there.
Yeah.
There are heavy armed policemen and soldiers there.
Yeah.
So the question is that, how would you carry BVR machine? Do the thing you put on your head before you carry bucket, what's it called in tree?
Which one is this?
You know, they tie something cloth, then put on your head, then you carry bucket. Then you do that, carry BV machine, walk through the gate, walk through the armored car, go and stop taxi at the Ridge Hospital front, and go to Circle and take it to Tiptoe Lane and go and sell it. And nobody has seen it. That story doesn't make sense. There's a problem with that story. Now about the auctioning, the EC says it went through due process. Yeah. Let them produce the documents showing that this was the auctioneer, this is what he has done, this was why the public auctioning was done. Let's know it. And where did they go to dump it? How can someone come and buy goods like that on auction and go and put them in a baller? I mean, if you are buying auction goods, it means you need them for something.
You need them somewhere, so you keep them somewhere safe.
It's like going to
But then why would you go and put it in a baller? Why? So I wasted money just to buy it?
That's what I don't
Or I just bought it for shady reasons?
So going to Tema Harbour, going to buy auction car, then go and put it in a scrapyard. How? Who does that? The story doesn't add up. Finally, I went to the EC headquarters, the new one.
The corporate office.
The bureau.
The corporate office.
No, Jean Mensah is enjoying life. Like when she walked down, I said, like, wow, the office fits her. You know, it should have been Charlotte. Is it Charlotte? Yeah, Charlotte Assess office. Yeah. You know, they both have same color. Fine, it would have been nice. I'm sorry for Charlotte. Charlotte, sorry, but Jean is enjoying it on your behalf. It's a beautiful place. Let's see what happens next. This is the Situation Room on Citi TV. We'll go on the campaign trail next. Dr. Bawumia is out and about campaigning. He started his nationwide tour from the Volta Eastern region, I beg your pardon. He's been going all around. He went to his home region of Northeast. He received a mammoth crowd, received him into Wale Wale, which is his hometown. John Dramani Mahama is also out and about in the country, also campaigning. Let's watch what Dr. Bawumia has been saying on the campaign trail before we hear.
The free senior high school policy has increased the number of students who would otherwise not have had the opportunity to go to senior high school. The numbers have gone up in total from 800,000 to 1.4 million. And what is very interesting is that more girls are now enrolling than boys in the senior high school curriculum. And we are therefore seeing that we have more than satisfied gender parity, which has been our goal. And also the students are getting better results from the West African exams for the senior secondary schools, senior high schools, than before, the WACC exams. They are getting better results. We are also very keen, Jiram. I have three main policies that I want to mention here to you that I believe will be very important for the Savannah region, should by the grace of God and with your blessing, the people of Ghana elect me to become the next president of the Republic of Ghana. The first major policy that I want us and I want my government, inshallah, to focus on is on agriculture, to help the agriculture productivity of Ghana. But if you look at Ghana, what we need to transform agriculture is large-scale agriculture, commercial agriculture, mechanized agriculture, irrigated agriculture, which means we need a lot of land to do the agriculture that we want. But if you look at all the regions in Ghana, it is the Savannah region that has the largest amount of land amongst every region of Ghana. And therefore, if we are going to focus, as my government, inshallah, will do, on agriculture, then we have to focus on the Savannah region and expand the Savannah region's agriculture. I believe that the promise that we have made under Agenda 111 to build a regional hospital for the Savannah region, I believe by the grace of God, it is under my government that we are going to realize that particular hospital to be completed and therefore help the health care of the people of the Savannah region.
So that's Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. He has a long journey because he's done. So he has 5 more regions to go. So, I mean, he's left with Ashanti region. I want to see how he'll be received in Ashanti.
So Ashanti, Central,
yeah.
OT, Volta.
And Volta.
And at the Upper East, Upper West.
Upper West and Upper East. He has done, so he's done like 9. He's left, he's done like, he's done like 9 and he's left with like 7. That's a lot of work, eh?
It is. I've had the opportunity to travel around the country.
You've done it so many times.
Since 2008.
Charlie, you're tired.
So I have a feeling
how... didn't give you appointment. He's giving people last-minute appointment.
I'm a journalist.
But you can collect appointment.
I'm a journalist doing my job as a journalist who follow the campaign to report on the campaigning activities of the presidential candidates. I'm
saying. He's giving job to journalists. Has he not given job to journalists?
I am a journalist.
You want to remain a journalist? I
want to remain a journalist.
They say journalism is poor.
Maybe when Malik comes, maybe he will offer me an appointment.
Talk about it. Don't. So he's a campaign trail. He's using the bus all around.
Yeah.
That's also something. So it's innovative.
I feel it is
nice,
because in this current situation we find ourselves, I'm not sure you want to put everybody in a V8. Looking at the number, you may need like about 10 to 15 V8s to put everybody in a convoy. And to cut down costs, perhaps, and also not to get the Ghanaian people angry one way or the other. You want to put everybody in the bus and push it. There are 2 things for me on that thing. First of all, the V8s are still with the convoy. Okay.
I have seen videos where the V8 is either in front or they are at the back.
Behind.
Okay. That's the first issue. The second issue is that it's a security concern. He's a second gentleman of the land. That bus, I'm not sure it's... Charlie, be bus. I mean, in America, they do it. They have a campaign bus, but their road nice. But over here, the road no nice. And I'm not sure it's very safe for the vice president to be sitting in the bus. And he sits there, not him alone, no. He sits there with his wife And all
almost everybody,
all
his
the
aides and all the campaign
officials who are following
yeah.
him. Charlie, that's one bus containing everybody that matter.
If there's an attack, it means everybody goes right.
Yeah. Or anything, even if there's an accident. I think you just sit in the V8 like that.
Well,
you can let the bus be at the city centers. So if you are going to Upper West to do a tour, let the bus go and be in Y and be driving around and playing loud music. Then you can go to Jirapa and all those places and go and do your campaign. But to carry this bus to all those places, nah, it will delay you because the bus cannot speed the way the V8. You have followed. Yeah. There are times you put travel around 1 a.m.
12 speed.
12 a.m.
12 speed. I remember, I think somewhere in 2016, we traveled from Tamale to the Western region. We left Tamale around 1 a.m. We got to the Western region around 4 a.m., 5 a.m., even on top speed.
How can that bus
So that bus, yeah, you can imagine if that bus...
It will be coughing on the road.
Yeah, understand. But perhaps I'm sure they have made their calculations. They know what they want to achieve. Because the convoy has always been criticized. Long convoys. I remember some time back when Akufo-Addo was doing a regional tour, when the convoy passed, you people counting 1, 2, 3. And I'm sure they want to avoid such a situation. And in the current economic situation, you do not want to do a similar thing. So the best way to do, put everybody in one bus, but they've not come to explain why.
They should come and tell us. We want to hear. In fact, maybe we'll be talking to somebody very soon. Let's go to former President John Dramani Mahama. He's also been speaking about Galamsey. He says you deploy AI, but I thought the artificial intelligence, digitalization thing was on the Bawumia agenda. John Mahama is borrowing AI more. Let's listen to him.
We cannot afford to watch as our natural resources are plundered and our communities continue to suffer the consequences. Ghana is blessed with abundant natural resources, including gold, and has experienced the devastating effects of illegal mining firsthand. Our rivers and lands have been polluted, our forests have been destroyed, our people have been left without clean water, and fertile lands have been degraded. We will introduce and encourage technological innovation to improve capacity for coordinated monitoring of the small-scale and medium-scale mining sectors in order to reduce the environmental impact. This will include using AI to locate all small-scale mining and Galamsey operations, to be able to track excavators and geofence all concessions to ensure mining operations are not conducted in unapproved areas, especially in water bodies. When we talk about geofencing, there's a technology that allows you to establish what we call virtual boundaries around a concession. And so you can, in real time, see what is happening in the concession. If an excavator enters, you know an excavator has entered. If an excavator leaves, you know an excavator has left. And everything that is being done in the concession, you can monitor it from the Minerals Commission office in real time. A special financing scheme will be established to provide capital and mining equipment pools in each district where gold mining is prevalent. We're going to depend on the private sector for this, to provide small-scale financing and medium-scale financing to the companies so that they can do their mining, but only if you are legally mining. And then we'll also create pools where they have excavators, they have bulldozers, they have all the equipment you need for mining. And so you can go and lease the equipment to work on your mine, and when you finish, you return the equipment back to the pool. This will facilitate easy and affordable access to relevant mining equipment. And let me emphasize, these services will be available for only companies that are engaged in lawful and regulated mining. We'll investigate the opaque gold for oil program and expose the actors benefiting from this so-called barter agreement. Reports reaching me suggest that a new debt burden is being created because Ghana has not been able to keep up with its delivery of gold under the program. A portion of revenue from gold proceeds will be used to improve infrastructure and social services in mining communities.
So that's former President Mahama. He talked about Galamsey, but then he talked about our biggest pet peeve as Ghanaians today, the cost of fuel at the pumps. Sami Biafe's wife works in a fuel station. She gives him coupons all the time, so he's not complaining. Hello, so they are fine. Charlie, petrol now. Charlie, I'm gonna buy petrol.
This morning, as the time I checked, I think it was 1379.
It depends on which fuel station.
Okay, it depends on which.
This is when I'm driving and I'm looking at the display screen of fuel stations.
I heard Kopek say that we should expect some reduction in the coming days because of the fall oil.
I
wasn't so sure about.
No, I'm not sure they'll reduce it.
Yeah, because the dollar and the Citi are cat and mouse games. So you expect
the Citi is asleep and the dollar is flying, and the gold for oil thing that the former president is talking about. I mean, we should get to hear from the boss, Edwin Provencal. He was the one who told us that this was going to be a big solution.
I think when it was first introduced, it brought some sort of stability.
Yes.
But what has happened now? Are we still doing this, or they stop or put on hold?
I know why. We don't have gold. Because we're using gold to go and collect to change oil. So maybe our gold has finished.
You can take some for the Galamseyers.
They won't give you.
They have enough.
They won't give you.
They have enough, you know.
So if you don't have gold, it's really something that has to be fixed. And I'm sure one of the issues we're talking about. When we come back, Malik Basintale is the Deputy Director of Communications of the NDC. We also have an officer of the NPP joining us in a bit. Please stay. You're welcome. This is the Citiuation Room on Citi TV. My name is Umar Rusanda and I'm here with Sami Biafe. Let's touch base with the various campaigns now. Malik Basintale is Deputy Director of Communications of the NDC is here with us. Malik, please join us. Let's have this conversation and know what former President John Dramani Mahama has been up to. Hey, you're looking energetic, Paul.
Even in the position, see how fresh you look.
Hey, you're looking fine, boy. Where's your money coming from?
Oh. Looking fresh has got nothing to do with money. Maybe I'm keeping fit.
Yeah, keeping fit.
I'm exercising and I'm eating very healthy.
Yeah, eating very healthy. Food is cheap because of planting of food and jobs.
I'm taking a lot of vegetables. I plant some at my backyard.
Oh, you want to collect government's
in Tamale have some mango plantations. I mean, in my yard, I do a little garden eggs. I farm a little tomatoes. And so at least I can buy some of these things. Not at a very expensive rate.
You're pretending you haven't heard me saying that you've gone for government seedlings to do planting for jobs. That's what you're doing, right?
I think the farmers will best explain that because the last time I checked, even the minister who started it is off post now, and virtually no one seems to be speaking about it.
There's a second version by Brian Champon.
Okay, we wait to see. But I mean, prices of maize are on high, prices of corn. Tomatoes on the rise, garden eggs on the rise, and what have you. And so I think the women selling all these commodities at Makola, Malata Market, Circle, and the rest are best in place to tell you and I the prices of some of these commodities. Last week, 4 tomatoes went for 10 Ghana cedis. Never in the history of the Republic. Someone took 3 tomatoes, 1, 2, 3. 10 Ghana cedis.
Maybe it's from Burkina Faso, that's why.
Absolutely, because we imported over 700 million worth.
No, Palugu factory is coming up very soon.
Palugu, they have spent over 60 million and not even a single block has been laid there. Over 60 million paid to cronies, family and friends. Last week we exposed that. In the coming days, you see, people will be held accountable. I say this with a very passionate heart and I mean with a lot of force that people must be jailed. You cannot do this to a nation and then you want to go scot-free. Look, Palugu is a facility that ought to have saved a lot of lives. Look, Sanda, you go up north, every time the Bagre Dam is spilled, you find a lot of people in crisis, people in Bipe, people actually have to leave their homes anytime the dam is spilled. And President Mahama says, look, let's move all this water. Let's divert it into the Palugu irrigation dam. Let's use the water for farming purposes in the dry season. Then somebody comes, pays cronies, all that. Bawumia spearheads it, cuts sword. Today, not even a block has been laid there. Yet monies have been paid. Who were those monies paid to?
No, they have an office in Accra. They are fixing. They'll go and do something.
when the time comes, they'll be held accountable. But my worry is how a son from the north, Bawumia, who is a senior brother to me, will lead troops to go and steal. I mean, to do this to his own people. And look, anytime the dam is spilled, it first passes through his region, the northeast. It comes from Upper East, it eats people in the northeast. It comes to the Savannah region, it eats people. It goes to the Upper West, it eats people. And even roads are condemned. And if you can do this to your own people without any shame, without, any passion, some level of compassion, then, I mean, you can...
Maybe he learned from your other senior brother whose guinea fowls flew to Burkina Faso. Maybe he's also from the north, oh?
I mean, everybody can attest to the fact that not a single guinea fowl flew anywhere. Manasseh, who wrote the story himself, has come to apologize that he never said any guinea fowl flew anywhere. And other, the only things probably we've seen flying were excavators in recent times, where over 500 got lost from a yard. Nobody has been able to account for a single one. And so, yes, there were things that were said in the past, but the people of the North will remember President Mahama for giving us an airport, will remember him for expanding the Tamale Teaching Hospital, will remember him for, I mean, fixing the Fufulso Solar Road, over $147 million project, never in the history of the Republic. The people of Bolga will remember him for, I mean, rehabilitating the original hospital. The people, lots of projects scattered across the northern regions, and everywhere and anywhere President Mahama visited, before the chief gives him his blessing, he recounts some of the projects he gave him under his administration before he issues his blessing unto him.
It's good you've talked about chiefs giving blessings. The Yagbonwura has given his blessings and prayers and what looks like an endorsement to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. That's a blow in your face, considering that is the king of former President John Mahama.
You see, Sanda, what I know is that chiefs also vote based on bread and butter issues. What I know. And what I know is that the Yagbonwura buys corn, he buys rice, he buys chicken, he buys meat in the market. What I know is that chiefs will always do what chiefs are supposed to do. But before they do what they are supposed to do, what is critical and crucial for me are some of the things they say before. What have they been saying? What have they been remembering Bawumia for? At least anywhere President Mahama went, before the chiefs praised him, they recounted some of the things they did, including the Ashanti region. When President Mahama visited Otunfo, he recounted the KJTR market, recounted the Agogo Hospital, recounted the Kumasi recreational site, so many projects before he issued his blessing. When President Mahama went to Savannah, the Yagbonwura recounted the Mpaha Community Day School, recounted Bamboy Polyclinic, recounted Bipe Hospital, recounted Bipe Shenat Factory, recounted Fufulso Solar Road, recounted the Damango Hospital, so many projects. And then he said, I bless you in the name of my ancestors, go and bring victory. When President Mahama went to the Northeast region, same, recounted a lot of projects. What have they been recounting for? I mean, Bawumia, what have they been remembering Bawumia for? Bawumia go to the Savannah region, he cut sword for the Deborah Inland Port. Have you heard about it? Next week, I would go there. I would take your cameraman. I want you to give me one person from Citi. I'll go to Deborah, where a sword was cut for an inland port in 2021. Till date, not a block has been brought there. Bawumia cut sword for the regional House of Chiefs. In fact, he took the chiefs there, I mean, made the chief use a shovel. That chief nearly got attacked by asthma in the night. The man went back. Not a single block has been
What's the connection with the asthma?
Yeah. Because of the dust on the ground and all of that just engaged the chief. You see, I'm saying this because you virtually wasted the time of chiefs. If you knew you were not going to build it, then there was no need taking chiefs there. You took the Yagbonwura there, you took the Bipeura there, you took the Yapeura there, only to embarrass them. Today, the House of Chiefs hasn't been built. They have abandoned the project. Almost everything they promised the Savannah region hasn't materialized. The only thing they are boasting of is that they built an administration block for Rexec. My goodness. An administration block is a project. That they built single room for fire service officer who didn't have a place to sleep. My goodness. That is your project. But
if they created a new region and they build a regional coordinating council,
listen to what
they can't say as one of their achievements.
That when you are getting to Tuna, they have built a speed ramp there, so that cars do not speed through Tuna. And that is their project. My goodness. This is what policy is. This is what a government was voted into power to come and do. Why don't they remember?
You have to respond to the issue about the region that was created for you.
I mean, it was a joint.
You are from that region. You should be happy that development has been brought. You don't have to travel all the way to Tamale again. Damongo is your original capital.
My joy in the creation of the Savannah region was when President Mahama called me and gave us 50,000 Ghana cedis to go and educate our people to vote in affirmation of the creation of that region. It was a joint thing. All people came together. It didn't start from today. Many presidents commenced the process. We had issues with land disputes. Look, till date, the people of Daboya still have some lands they are fighting with the people of the Northeast region. And around Mankarigu, sometimes you report where there are clashes between Mampusis and Gunjas. It's because of these land disputes. So the demarcation had to go through so many processes. Chiefs had to be consulted. So it started from some time, and then when it was time to vote, when it was time for the referendum, we all came together. Me, I went round, I spoke to people, I engaged people. They said, no, we won't vote in support of it because they need to redemarcate the lands. We said, look, in the name of God Almighty, President Mahama is interested in this region. Please, he's given us money to come and sensitize you. And we all came together and we got a region. After the region, we thought that, yes, when they are distributing things, we'll get things on a regional basis. When they are distributing projects, we'll get ours. Till date, the national cake came, I think it came and skipped over our region. We can't find our share of that cake. Who has eaten the cake, we don't know. Because nothing has been brought to the Savannah region. All the claim they did for us was to give us a signboard that when you are entering Savannah, you see, welcome to Savannah. And that is it. I mean, come on, my brother.
But Dr. Bawumia mentioned that over 300 projects, have come up since the creation of the region.
Ask him to name them. Just ask him. It's simple as that. My integrity on the line. I'm Deputy National Communications Officer. They can't mention a single project that has benefited lives in the Savannah region. But I've mentioned a lot here of President Mahama, at least if not for anything at all. Students who used to travel from Daboya to Tamale for senior high school education now attend it in their district because President Mahama gave them a senior high school.
Hold on.
So many senior high schools, so many hospitals, factories, roads, network. I can mention and mention. Ask Bawumia, 300. He should mention one. That's all.
Hold on. Let's go on the phone lines. Kofi Tonto is a political aide to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. He's joining us online. Kofi, you're welcome to Citiuation Room on Citi TV.
Hello. Very good afternoon to you.
Whereabouts is Dr. Bawumia today on the campaign tour?
Oh, okay. Please, who am I speaking to?
My name is Umaru Sanda.
Oh, Umaru. Okay, sure. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, Umaru, we are currently in Tamale. So, for the last 2 weeks, as you are aware, we started our journey of the campaign from the eastern region, western north, came to Ahafo, Bono east. And then on Monday, we started on the northern part of the country, started with northeast. Yesterday, we went to Savannah. As I speak to you, we are currently doing the northern region in the capital, Tamale. Yeah, so we are currently in Tamale.
The Savannah region, he got that big endorsement by the Yagbonura. I'm in studio with Malik Basintali. He says it's just a regular thing that chiefs will do when children or young people come to them seeking political office. But for him, what is big is that you don't have any project to your credit in the Savannah region. He laments that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia led the chiefs to go and cut sod for the building of a regional house of chiefs. He says as we speak, nothing, not even a piece of block has been put on the ground there. And also the inland port in the region. What's your response to that?
Well, first of all, I didn't know that we were going to do a discussion on projects we've done in Savannah. But off head, we are doing a water project in Damongo. If you go to the Savannah region, he built a state-of-the-art regional secretariat, which they call the RT. Currently, they are building a police command, a huge infrastructure police command for the area. This is just off-head. And then also, there are other road projects that we are doing. There's one particular road that links to, it's a shortcut to Wa, but it has a bridge on it that we are currently doing. They fixed part of that road and now working on the bridge. So I'm very surprised that Basintale will say something like that. Aside from the water project that they are doing in Damongo, yesterday when we met I think it was the clergy also, one of the groups that we met, they mentioned another, it was the clergy, they mentioned another water project that we have done, in addition to what we are currently doing in Damongo, which started about 2 weeks ago or so. So if we want to discuss projects we have done in Damongo, we can, or in Savannah region, we can make time and come and debate that. It's not an issue. But for anybody to say you've not done a single thing, that's quite preposterous. I mean, even the RCC building in itself is a project. Is that not so?
Yeah, but he's interested in the regional house of chiefs. He says you misled the chiefs and made them go to cut sod.
Determine what he's interested in. No. If you want to discuss projects in a region, It doesn't lie in the mouth of Bazintali to determine what he is more attentive to. It's a collective effort for the people of the region. If anybody has to determine what they want, it's the people in the region, not a single person. When we went to see the Yagbonwura, he alluded to the credibility of His Excellency the Vice President. Do you think he just made that without basis? I don't. So for Bazintali to say that the Yagbonwura just spoke and said anything just like he said to anyone, it's quite disrespectful. This is a man who is the overlord of the Gonjaland. He doesn't just speak. Yagbonwura can credit President Mahama and have basis for it, and credit His Excellency the Vice President and have basis for it. Let's not undermine what these overlords say. They have meaning to everything they say. And he meant every single word that he uttered in favor of His Excellency the Vice President. You see, I will never sit here and denigrate what a king or a chief or a paramount chief would say about President Mahama. I would want to believe that they have credibility, they have done their own assessment, and on that basis, made the commentary they make. So I don't think it lies in the mouth of Bazintali to come and interpret what the Yagbonwura said. If you want any interpreter, we will go to the linguist. Very well. Who truly understood what the person said, not Bazintali.
Let's move from Savannah region. So the Vice President is doing the nationwide tour. A few of the things that are highlights. One, he made a statement and later said it was a joke. That has been taken as a big fodder by the opposition, which says that everything the Vice President has said then can be considered a joke, and that it's difficult to draw the line between when he's serious and when he's joking. Would you say, you are a political aide, would you say that maybe with hindsight this comment should have been made on that particular issue of paying churches? Because I see that today he repeated something around the issues of paying, giving compensation or incentives to churches.
Yeah, Umaru, please, if you permit me just a few minutes to expatiate on this issue, and then I'll come to your question. So if you read the speech from February 7th, the Vice President, as part of his policies, the 70 policies, one of them is what he calls the golden age of collaboration between the church. I mean, he doesn't actually use the word church. He uses faith-based organizations and the state. And he says that that foundation, that collaboration will be grounded on developmental projects. So as part of the tour, when he meets the clergy and the imam, he takes time to sort of explain what he meant by the golden collaboration. So when we went to Techima, he took time to explain what he meant, with emphasis on the work the church has done for the Republic, referencing hospitals, referencing schools, referencing human development, etc. So once he was done, a young man came up and said, Your Excellency, we've heard rumors that when you become a president, you are going to tax the church. And then His Excellency was like, but how can I tax the church? Especially when I just enumerated the value the church brings to state in terms of development. If anything, we must show gratitude to the church. And if we could, we should even be the one paying the church figuratively. Umaru, take you for example, you've done me a favor. And then I say that, Umaru, I'm extremely and exceedingly grateful for all the good things you have done for me. If I have it in my power, as a show of gratitude, I will pay you. But because I don't have it, I'll do this, or the whole world should join me in saying thank you to you. Umaru, does that translate to mean that I want to pay you? I'm asking you a genuine question. Does that amount to saying that I want to pay you?
Continue your submission, with your submission.
Yeah, absolutely not. No, we are having a discussion, and the listeners want to see the point that I'm making. Absolutely not.
I plead the fifth.
You can't plead the fifth on truth. Umaru, we need to build a society where truth stands. The truth is that you can use something to build a point.
Kofi, I went to journalism school. I have the certificate to ask questions. You don't, so you
no. But you have the certificate to also be fair. That's okay. But let's go.
Don't worry. You can establish your scenarios and make your submissions. It's all right.
No problem. The listeners will extrapolate.
Okay, ask Malik. Malik will answer. Malik was intelligent.
No, I won't ask Malik. He's a diabolic man. I won't ask him. So the vice president said that, and then Citi FM the following day did a story. Citi FM story. I will incentivize the church. I will not tax them. So even Citi FM understood very well what the vice president said, because they listened to the whole submission and so did the story. I will incentivize the church. I will not tax them. Then GH1 did a story. I will pay the churches. They rather run away from the.
So if it was a misquoted publication, why didn't the vice president say, I want to set on record that I did not say A, B, C, D. I was quoted out of context. But he said, no, he said it in jest, or he was joking when he said it.
Yeah,
those are two different things. He could have said, I was misquoted, but he didn't. He said, I was joking. And that's where the problem is.
If you allow me, I will explain.
I don't have a lot of time, so I could...
no. Okay, so the point that I'm making to you is that the vice president in Nairobi took 3 minutes, 15 seconds to explain his point again. The whole point. He explained the whole thing again. And then in another 15 seconds, said, so the part, and this is what he said, I'm paraphrasing. So the part where I said that I'm going to pay them, that was just a joke. The point I am really making was that I'm going to incentivize them. That was 3 minutes, 35 seconds. Then we take the 15 seconds at the end and completely disregard the first 3 minutes, 15 seconds where he takes time to explain his point again. Now, President Mahama on a platform, a national platform, sought to ridicule Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, saying that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's English is not well understood. He stands and he goes, I wish. President Mahama was saying something in jest, which is normal in human life. Must we conclude that because he made that joke, President Mahama is a joker? That would be an absurd interpretation of what President Mahama did.
Let me bring Malik. Malik, yes. So the man spoke for 3 minutes, 35 seconds. You both chose the 15 seconds to ridicule and describe Bawumia as a joker or someone who is telling jokes. That's not correct. That's not good. He says it's unfair.
We didn't say Bawumia was a joke. Bawumia himself said, I am a joke. He said that.
He didn't say.
Can you allow me? I'll explain that. Hold on. Look.
Yes. Kofi, I have said that to him here. You let him speak.
Bawumia
he did not say I am a joke. He said I joke.
So who jokes?
Who jokes? No, if you say I'm a joke, it's an insult. If you say I joke,
a joker jokes.
No.
Look. Hold on. Sander, hold on. You want to be deliberately mischievous, but look.
Hold on, Kofi.
Can Kofi allow me?
Kofi, don't worry. Malik, which school did you go to?
I attended Prempeh College.
And they talked to you that?
Yes, that anyone who jokes is a joker. Anyone who cracks comedy is a comedian. Anyone who stands here to read news is a journalist. Or you guys have you call some reporters that I'm not abreast with. But anyone who does politics is a politician. Anyone who says, me, I joke, I'm a joker. That aside, look, campaigns are serious business. We go on campaigns, one, to formulate policy, or to exhibit your manifesto. So it's either you are listening to the people or you are telling the people what you are going to do for them. Bawumia went on campaign. They went and brought a home-use Opel Vectra Steer. And they came I'm coming.
We are talking about
yes, hold on. I want to demonstrate something to you. Why we say he's a joke.
Malik, wait.
Hold on.
No, I've seen the steering wheel. How do you know it's Opel Vectra? That's my biggest...
I have done further studies on it. I've done further research.
Continue.
They brought him an old home-use Opel Vectra Steer. They labeled it with Ghana flag and they put it in his hands. Then this man who is supposed to either be formulating policy or exhibiting his manifesto takes the steer. Then he holds it. Then he says, Yeko, Yeko. Then a child shouts, Boaben, Boaben. Then he's pressing. My goodness. And you say such a person is not a joke.
It's symbolic of what he said about being a driver's mate who wants to be given a driver.
You go to speak to nurses, unpaid nurses. The people are looking at you. Then you take the mic. Ask John Mahama, did he restore the nurses? I restored them, we are paying. Then the student stands up and says, sir, I am in my final semester. I don't know what alawa is. I've never received alawa. Then he removes his handkerchief. He cleans the sweat on his head. Then he says, hey, then let me ask finance minister. I didn't know they've not paid you.
But that's fair.
My goodness, if you didn't know, why didn't you listen to? Can you talk?
Let me hear him. Kofi, let me hear you for two minutes. Then you can leave us. Yes. No, I'm giving you just a minute to land, and then you can take lead of us. So respond. Kofi Tonto.
Oh, I should respond.
Yes, please.
Okay. First of all, I think we all went to school, and we can all do extrapolation. I just enumerated an example to you. That Umaru, if you crack a joke, does that make you a joker?
That's what Malik says, yes. It makes you a joker.
No, but we owe it to the listeners and the students who are listening to us that Vice President never said anywhere that I'm a joker.
No, he didn't say that. He said I joked.
No, he didn't say I joked. He said it was a joke. He didn't say, let's be careful. He said the comment that I said was a joke. He didn't say I am a joker. He didn't say I joked. So look, the point that I'm making to you is that what Basintali said is a complete lie, and we must put it on record. What they are peddling are lies, and we must put it on record. Now let's go to the second point that he was making about the nursing training allowance. Look, we've gone across the country, and we've had nurses asking questions about allowances. So it is not lost on the Vice President that there are some arrears that we ought to pay. The student in question asked the Vice President. And the point the student was making was that I'm a first year, I'm a student, I'm in my last year. The student said that
he has not been given alawa before. When would alawa come?
I was standing right there.
Yes, so I don't want you to repeat what we all saw. Yes, so what's your...
No, the point that I'm making was that the Vice President said, okay, I will ask the finance minister and ascertain the validity or the veracity of the point you are making.
But that's what Malik said.
What?
That's what Malik said.
That's not what Malik said. That's not what Malik said.
Is it the towel part that he added that you don't agree with?
No. The Malik is trying to establish that the Vice President didn't even know that there were arrears. That's the point Malik is making.
He said I was not aware.
I'm saying that,
so I'll ask the finance minister.
No.
You can play
I'm trying to make the... No, please.
Play
I'm trying to make the point that...
He said I wasn't even aware you hadn't come. Let me ask the finance minister to
can I speak?
Yes, please land. Yes.
The Vice President was not saying that he's not aware that there aren't arrears. He was saying that I want to check the validity or the veracity of your particular issue. Because he's gone around the country and this question has come up.
But the student who was asking the question was not a personal issue. It was a generic issue.
I know, but
we have reported here a number of times about nursing trainees complaining, teacher trainees complaining about allowance. How for this issue of allowance there? NAPCO allowances have not been paid. There's 3 months outstanding. So that one there
here's the point.
Yes.
The reason is that there are some who are owed 3 months. There are some who are owed 4 months.
Yes.
They are all not the same. So that is the fact you have to establish.
Very
so if person A asks a question, it doesn't mean it applies to all persons.
Thank you so much, Kofi. We'll get you in the studio next time. Thank you so much. That's Kofi Tonto. He's a political aide.
Thank you very much.
He's a political aide to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. I'm left with 3 minutes to leave the studio. It's for you.
So now you eventually give all the time to
No, I'm giving you 3 minutes.
It doesn't matter.
3 minutes expensive on television.
First of all, we must establish that Alhaji Bawumia's campaign has landed in confusion, it has collapsed, and it has landed in tatters. Clearly, all those following him cannot even establish the things he's saying. You ask them, they cannot corroborate it. You play the video, the man says, I wasn't aware. The alawa hadn't come. I would ask the finance minister.
But Malik, is it wrong for a vice president not to be aware of something? Is it wrong?
It is wrong for a vice president not to even know the challenges of the Ghanaian people. You should know. That is why you are in leadership. That is why you are abreast with affairs. If you don't understand my challenge, you are not fit to be there. You are supposed to understand that the lady there had just paid 3,500 school fees. She has paid 1,700 to the register licensure, and yet you haven't paid her a dime as allowance. If you didn't know that, you are not fit to be vice president. And even so, as you didn't know, you still wanted to go there and do propaganda and do politics. That was what annoyed the people, and they told him that to his face. In other words, let me explain quickly this to Kofi Tonto. A joker is anybody who jokes. The vice president said I was joking. It simply meant that
repeating the same point again.
I want to establish that. You see, he asked me which school I attended and all that. I attended the private college, I attended the University of Ghana. If there are basics I don't understand, it's not about who a joker is. At least, if I see a joker, I know he's a joker.
Malek,
and I know that by his actions.
time.
In other words, all I'm saying is
just a question. Your candidate said he's going to use AI to
that's what I was coming to.
What exactly does he mean by that?
That's what I was coming to. You see, Ghanaian people need to establish between these two candidates. We need to take a decision. You need to, your cameraman needs to. Your cameraman needs to watch Alhaji Bawumia and see the solutions he's professing. We don't just go out there speaking and dancing like Bawumia has been doing. No, we go to understand the plight of the people. We go to sympathize with them, feel their pain,
and dance with them.
Tell them.
Dance with them. Feel closer to them. Connect with them.
Be like one of them.
Well,
associate with them.
I won't be the best judge.
Dancing is not wrong.
No problem. An unpaid contractor who was watching him will be the best judge. An unpaid NAPCO trainee will be the best judge. Somebody who just bought a bag of corn for 1,000 cedis will be a best judge. If you decide to vote for a dancing vice president against President Mahama, who has professed turnaround solutions to our economy, so be it. On this mining sector, President Mahama has been speaking, and he says that, look, we understand the challenge with illegal mining. It starts from the importation of excavators. It starts from it goes to our inability to track mining concessions, and it also comes on the backs of people unable to get mining certificates on time. So he says, first of all, we decentralize the mining system where you can acquire a mining license at the district level. Second, we'll use technology. Are you aware that AI, if we scan this room and then we pick the footage, on AI, when this platform is taken out, it can signal us that something has moved out of the room. If you dig a hole here, AI can simply detect that, look, the picture I took or the video I took of this room, a hole has been dug. It will inform you. That is what technology has come on board to do. So AI is coming on board to do what you and I cannot do.
But Bawumia is a digitalization man. We are stealing his ideas.
I'm interested in explaining this better, please. So we are introducing what we call Internet of Things. IoTs would put sensors on all excavators that are brought into the country, so that when an excavator goes to
the Minerals Commission already doing that.
They are not doing anything. How many excavators have they tracked? The last time they went and seized the excavators, 500 flew into the sky. We never saw where they landed. So I've told you that I'm here for serious business.
We need to end.
So these miners have appreciated these concerns. They have accepted these policies. They are interested in acquiring their certificates locally. They are interested in easily getting concessions to mine whilst we supervise their activities. And when it's time for them to pay taxes and royalties, government goes to them, and with a happy mind, both of them come into consensus and we do it. So President Mahama is professing solutions. Big of all, I'm sure we'll get appropriate time to explain the 24-hour economy. So you and I will know how our siblings in the house will get jobs to do, boost the growth rates in this country, boost productivity, leverage and export-led economy.
I think we have to host you again.
Yes, so I need to come because you gave all the time to Tonto, who was mentioning Basentale. You asked him
Malek, we are running out of time. I think we'll give you another opportunity.
I need 2 hours because we need, you see, I'll land on this. My concern is not about just appearing here, but my concern is coming here and explaining things so people understand. I feel sad when people watch us and all we do is take a steer and we are shouting, Boabem, Boabem. No.
Malek, thank you for your time.
Sammy, sign up for us.
Malek, thank you. It's been an exciting
Thank you very much.
Of the Citiuation. We came to you live from our studio in Tesano. My name is Sami Biafe. I did it with
Umaru Sanda Amadu. Thank you for watching us. We'll be back next week.